So today we're going to make a solar oven from a pizza box. So you may have some pizza boxes at home, and they can be reused to make a really cool oven that you can actually make a s'more or a quesadilla or something else yummy. And you are going to need a little bit of adult supervision for this, or adult help to cut the top part of this box. So you're going to need a pizza box, some glue, scissors, a skewer. I used a sheet protector, but you could use a saran wrap for one part of this, and a couple sheets of aluminum foil. Once you have those, meet me back here. Okay, so the first step is to take our pizza box, and we want to open it up so that the top part, the top that flaps over, lays flat, because we're going to need to cut this in a U shape. See this? So we're going to cut in, and a box cutter with adult supervision is going to be best for this. Don't try to do it with scissors, because scissors are probably not sharp enough and I don't want you to get hurt. So with a box cutter, parents help, cut this top part in a U shape, and you don't want to go all the way to the sides anywhere around here. You want to leave about 2 inches of space here. And then on the bottom part, we're just going to kind of score that so that it can bend. We don't want to cut all the way through, but we may want to take like scissors, or maybe even take a ruler and push it up against here so that we can make this bend upwards. Once you've done that, you can fold your top back in, and you'll be able to see how that flaps up. You may want to test it a couple times just to make sure that it can flap. Okay? Then we're going to take one of our pieces of foil, and we're going to cover the bottom of the pizza box, the place where the pizza would sit. And we'll just take some glue stick. I like glue stick because it's a little less messy for this. So go around here. We don't have to like completely cover it, but we want it to stick pretty well. And we want to go shiny side up, so I'm going to put this side up, because this is going to be a reflective surface. This is where our food is actually going to sit. And we want the sun to reflect back up off the bottom of this box. Okay, so we got that part. Then I'm going to take this sheet protector that I have, and if you guys don't have a sheet protector, like I said, you can use saran wrap. And I'm going to cut this part that would go in the notebook, because I want to open it out. And I'm going to cut up one of the sides here, the part that's not open, so that I can open it out like this. Now this is going to overlap way too much, so I'm going to have to trim some of this. But the idea is this should cover your opening up in the top here. And then I can either glue that down or tape that down. And actually I may grab some tape and tape this down. So I want to leave some space here so that my tape can actually grab some cardboard. So I'm going to trim this a little bit more on the sides. You want to do this a little more carefully than what I'm doing it. I'm doing it a little quickly. So let me grab some tape real quick. Actually have some over here. If you have some of this packing tape, it's good because it's nice and wide. If you don't, use whatever tape you have. Duct tape can work too. It's nice and sticky. And this part does not have to be clear. Mine is clear, but yours does not need to be clear for this part. So I'm going to put tape on all 4 sides just to hold it down. Basically what we're doing here is kind of building a greenhouse. So if you've ever gotten in a hot car, you know how when the sun shines in the windows, that heat, that energy from the sun gets trapped inside. The windows don't let it back out. and it gets really hot. That's kind of what we're going to do with this piece of plastic. We're trapping it inside. Did you guys notice how I just trimmed that tape a little bit? If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I don't want any hanging out because it's gonna make my box hard to close. Okay, now I don't want that, see how it didn't touch any part of this flap? We need that to be able to be free and open. So we've got this taped on here. Okay, now, and I've got an extra piece of aluminum foil just in case I would have messed up. Now we can close this up. But I also need some aluminum foil to go over this, the inside of this flap. So what I'm going to do is take my aluminum foil and kind of mash down like this, and it's going to make an imprint. Lift that up, and you can see the imprint there. That's where I'm going to cut. That tells me how big I need to make this. So I'm going to cut off the extra. Okay. Aluminum foil's loud, isn't it? So I'm gonna glue that on. Again, I'm gonna use my glue stick. I'm gonna put the glue on the aluminum foil on the dull side. And then I'm gonna stick it on. It doesn't matter that it's not going all the way up to the top there. That's not a big deal. Okay. Close your box. This is the part where the skewer comes in. And I'm going to take the pokey end. Again, ask your parents' permission. And I'm going to poke it right up here at the open end of the square. And I'm going to use it to kind of prop open my solar oven. So what's going to happen when we put our food inside here, we're going to put the food right here. It's going to get nice and warm because the sun is going to shine in. We want to point this at the sun. So if the sun's over here, I want this flap to be pointing at the sun. Okay, so the sun will come in, it will reflect off of this aluminum foil. It will, if we position this right, we may have to make this a little bit shorter, and sometimes you can just tape this to the side. We want it to reflect down through our window. It's going to reflect back up off of the aluminum foil that we put on the bottom. And then that sunlight is going to get trapped, that energy is going to get trapped inside our solar oven, and it's going to get nice and toasty warm. So it's kind of the basics of how a solar panel works. If you want to look that up, there's some great videos about how that works. So try it out. Quesadillas don't take too long. Also, s'mores don't take too long. Make sure you really watch the chocolate when you're making s'mores. Once it gets shiny, it is definitely melty. So the chocolate is not going to take as much time as the marshmallow to melt. Just be aware of that. So you may want to even put your chocolate in after you've already put your marshmallow in. Pick a nice sunny day and have fun with it, guys.